Oh, there you are, YouTube. Do subscribe if you're interested. Hey, we're gonna do a random ranking of my wife's movies. That's right, we're gonna go to my wife's movie collection here in her yarn cabinet. I guess yarn and movie cabinet. We're gonna pick out 3 movies and then rank those movies based on whatever criteria we come up with. Now, I haven't seen all of her movies, but we're gonna do our best. If I haven't seen one, I'm gonna replace it with one that I have seen, and I'm gonna try and make this a one take. Here, I don't have a lot of editing time. It's late. I was up finishing Walking Dead. I finally finished that show. I'm a little emotional right now, but let's get to picking some movies. Okay, what is this one? We got one right here. Ooh, this feels like an old snapper. I guess I didn't know she had any snappers. All right, let's pick one from, where am I at? Oh, there's another section over here. All right, eyes shut. They don't really need to be shut. I'm not focusing on what I'm picking. There we go. And then, you know what? Let's pick one from back here. Let's see what this is. Also, if it's one from yesterday, because this is part 2 of this series. If I picked one that I picked from yesterday, we'll replace it. So let's see what we got here. Okay, all right. Oh my gosh, I'm breaking everything. All right, let's shut these and then get back down here for, get that tripod set up. Okay, so I've seen all of these. Have I seen this version? I think so. Actually, versions don't matter here. So, what we got, we're starting with Almost Famous. You know, this is one that my sister was obsessed with. My sister, after X-Men came out, became obsessed with Anna Paquin and went back and watched everything, although this would have come out, yeah, this would have been, this is a 90s movie, right? I think so. I don't think it hit into the 2000s. But regardless, my sister became a big Anna Paquin fan, and then she kind of fell in love with this movie through that. And I remember when she was at work, we used to work at a movie theater. On her name tag, she switched her name to Palexia, who Anna Paquin plays in here. But yeah, I've seen like every Anna Paquin movie pre-X-Men because of my sister. But anyway, yeah, my wife also loves this movie, obviously. Here we have the Untitled. I think this one is actually called Untitled because it's the director's cut. Yeah, the director's edition here. But yeah, I wasn't always a big fan of this movie, but I've come around to liking it. I don't know if I didn't like it, I just felt an indifference toward it. But I have a lot of friends who really love it, so I've become more exposed to it, and through that, through osmosis, I've become a bigger fan of it. So yeah, I've grown to like this movie. Again, it wasn't like a dislike, it was just, you know, there was an indifference for some reason that I had, but I like it quite a bit now. But I can't really remember the differences between the original and this untitled version, what those differences are. I'm trying to think of a good moment. Oh, I like when Frances McDormand's really funny in this. I like her in it. And I remember when the kid, he is on the phone with Rolling Stone, and then Frances gets on the phone, says something, and then the kid thinks he's going to get found out that he's a kid and not like a real reporter. And then the guy on the other line goes, well, I know how my lady gets when I don't snap to it. Like, I better let you go, or whatever. I don't know. That line just makes me crack up every time. Also, Philip Seymour Hoffman, right? Yeah. Okay, next we have Now and Then. This is funny. This is another one that I'm very familiar with because of my sister. But also, my wife likes it a lot too, so I was very familiar with this when I married into this copy here. This was the snapper case. Right there. Let's see, I think my aunt was really into this movie too, because she always identified with Christina Ricci, like her group of friends. My aunt's like only 6 years older than me. Her group of friends sort of like assigned themselves characters here. Like, I'm this one, you're that one, or whatever. But yeah, grew up watching this one. My sister liked it, my aunt liked it, and my wife likes it too. And I like it a lot. You know, it has some cool like themes on friendship and how those change over the years, and how, you know, you can rekindle them as well. So it's a good movie. Also, Brendan Fraser just won Best Actor for the Whale. Brendan Fraser's in this movie, kind of almost like a cameo even. Next, we have Evolution, also known Sci-Fi Ghostbusters. Ivan Reitman directed this, who also directed Ghostbusters, and this movie feels very much like Ghostbusters in a way. You have these community college teachers right here, and then I can't remember, she's a scientist, not a community college scientist, but I think a real scientist. You're not saying David's not a real scientist. That's David Duchovny there. That's why we have it. My wife is in love with David Duchovny, hence all the X-Files stuff. And then Seann William Scott's really funny. I don't know. It's just kind of like these amateur people. She's not an amateur, so they give her like this quality where she trips and falls all the time. She's just constantly falling, you know, to ground her a little bit more, make her more common like the viewers, right? But it kind of has that similar feel to Ghostbusters in the, you have these people who are like exterminators, but like scientist exterminators. You know, that's kind of what's happening here, except for it's a science fiction rather than like horror thing. I mean, I don't know, Ghostbusters even feels more like science fiction because a lot of the equipment they're using, but you know what I mean, right? We're not dealing with ghosts here. We're dealing with evolving space aliens that are adapting to our world at a rapid rate. And very funny, especially Seann William Scott. He's great, and then the way the two of them respond to Seann William Scott is great. Also, if you were a fan of Salute Your Shorts, Donkey Lips is in it. And yeah, great movie. Love this. I think it's very funny. I like to watch it a lot. Okay, so for me, this is, you know, probably going to be the hot take here, but I'm going to put Almost Famous at the end. Even though I've come to really like it, it's not like, I don't know, my relationship with it, I think could grow more if I were to decide to put it in myself and then focus on the movie myself, rather than watching it through all of my friends who love it. Like, I feel like my wife loves it, my sister loves it, and then I got some friends, Tracy, you know Tracy, and our other friend Laura, love this movie, right? So it's just in my life. But I think what we're going to do here is, you know, I'm just feeling comedy right now. And out of all of these, well, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say out of all of these, I've probably watched Evolution the most, but that's not true. I've probably seen Now and Then the most. But I think that's what I'm going to do. Sorry the video is so grainy. The lighting is not good here. But I'm going to go Evolution just because it's a fun movie. I like it. It reminds me of Ghostbusters. I love the Ghostbusters. And then I'm going to go Now and Then. A lot of nostalgia towards it. I think it's a good film. Great coming-of-age story. And says a lot about friendship. And then, you know, I guess Almost Famous is a coming-of-age story too, right? Cameron Crowe's coming-of-age. How he sort of... you know, it's autobiographical in a way, sort of like The Fabelmans in a way. But yeah, I think it's a good movie. All these are good. All these are good. I love all of these. But this one I just love, I guess, the least because I feel like it's not mine, you know? It feels like it's more my friends' favorites, and family members' favorites. But here, I feel a little bit more personal attachment to these two. So again, Evolution, Now and Then Almost Famous. So my question to you is, have you seen these movies? These three movies right here? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.